I think we all would love to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on renovating our house or building a new one to make it perfectly healthy. But what's more realistic is doing the things that don't even require construction to make our homes more healthy. The first thing on this list is we're gonna take our chemicals that are toxic to us. And when I say that, I'm not talking about complex stuff. I'm talking about things like gasoline, all right? And we're gonna get these out of our houses and our garages. Hopefully, they're not inside of your actual house, but most of us have attached garages now. And that's not good for limiting the amount of chemicals that are spreading throughout our house. So hopefully you've got a shed. If not, maybe consider getting one and take your gas, take that sort of thing and get it out of your house. If you've got things like paints, caulks, all that jazz, take that up from your basement, put it out in the garage. Luckily for me, I'm in an old home where there's just a breezeway between the house and the garage. And what I do is I keep my windows open here and the air can flow from side to side and hopefully take some of those fumes out of my house so that they aren't seeping under the cracks around the door. The next easiest thing to do on this list is open a window. Did you know that indoor air quality is almost always worse than outdoor air quality? Now, this might not be true if you're in Los Angeles or some area that has absolutely horrible air quality, but in the United States, the air inside of our homes is almost always much worse than what's outside. So opening up your windows to the outside, letting that air flow through whenever you can. If it's hot during the day, wait till the evening, open them up. If you've got an attic fan that just sucks all that fresh air through the house, turn that thing on, and that's going to help keep the air so much fresher in your home, especially if you're in the country. If you're worried that the outdoor air quality is not good, just pull out the weather app, and at least on iPhone, we've got the air quality index right here. If it's really bad, okay, shut your windows up. But for most of us, our air inside is so much worse than what's outside. Guys, the next thing that we can do that's very easy is we can pull out our, oh my, I'm gonna have to put this down for a second. Replace your filter. Oh my, I pulled mine up. It had deconstructed. It's wrapped halfway around the fan, and you can see it's just loaded with dust. It's been a couple months since I've replaced it. So I should be checking that more, and so should you. Replace your filters. And when you go to the store, you can actually get a filter that filters better than just the cheap one, and that's gonna pick up a lot more stuff from your air. It's one of the easiest ways to improve the air quality in your house. When it comes to getting your filter, you can see we've got the good, the better, the best, and the premium. And all of these are just gonna relate directly to how well they filter the air. I won't get deep into how the different numbers and whatnot work, but get the most expensive one you can, pretty much. Most of you guys are gonna have 1-inch thick filter options, and we're gonna get the black one here. It's the most expensive. It will filter the air the best, and we're gonna keep this thing changed regularly. If you're lucky enough or have been intentional enough to have a home that can take a much thicker air filter, you can get much higher levels of filtration. But most people aren't gonna have those unless they specifically opted to have that unit put in that could hold that high capacity, high filtration system. This is a little more expensive, but if you've got the funds for it, for $500 to $800 for most homes, you can get your ducts cleaned. They're actually going to take compressed air and big vacuums. They're gonna hook them up to all your vents around the house, and they're gonna blast air through there really fast, and it's gonna be able to knock out a bunch of that dust that's trapped in there and debris. And this is a great way to also help improve the air quality in your home. If you wanna go one step further than this, get yourself a good HEPA air purifier that's just constantly circulating the air around, pulling it through a filter and sucking out the dust and the toxins that are in there. You can get a cheap one for only a couple $100. If you want one that really filters out VOCs and tiny little particles, though, you can easily spend, closer to $1,000 on that. But getting an air purifier and putting one in the room where you sleep to improve the air quality there is a great use of money. If you can't get a really nice one, that's okay. Just get a cheaper one that mostly gets the dust out of the air. If you want a lower capacity for just like a small bedroom, you can see you can get one of these for only $100. The larger ones are definitely a little bit more money. And if you're to go online, there's much better options available than even what you see here at a big box store like Home Depot. I'm in the midst of renovating my house right now, so I'm not the best example on all of these things, but as I go, I plan to implement all of them. One of the next best things you could do after that, guys, is clean your house, all right? Get a vacuum with a HEPA filter on it and vacuum. Get that dust sucked up out of your house to where it's not constantly getting stirred up in the air and you're breathing it in. Now, if you do have a cheaper vacuum or you just sweep, you likely are adding a lot of that dust back into the air, which it's been done since the dawn of time. So I don't think that this is going to kill you right away. But if you can afford a nice Dyson HEPA vacuum or something of that magnitude, you do a lot better job of actually cleaning your air, because the little pieces of PM 2.5 and PM 10 dust, those are not going to be floating around your air nearly as much. And lastly, guys, we want to reduce the amount of surfaces in our home that are big dust and junk traps, right? So if you've got carpet, that's not such a great material, but you can get it shampooed. Just make sure that you're not getting too much moisture in the house, because that can cause mold problems. And also on that same note, if you've got rugs or furniture that is soft and fabricy that can be washed, get it washed, get your rugs cleaned. If you're already replacing your furniture and you can afford leather, it's not gonna collect nearly as much junk as a fabric couch. There are other VOC concerns with furniture, but we're not gonna get into that here. And lastly, guys, you can get a simple filtration system for whatever sink you're cooking or drinking out of, and that's gonna help with your water quality a lot. In my remodel, I plan to do a whole house filtration system, so I'm personally holding off on that one. But especially if you're on city water somewhere, the water quality is probably not that good and could stand to have a little more filtration done to it. You can see the water filters aren't even that much money. You can get this under sink one here for 130 bucks. There's reverse osmosis for 250, and there's a whole lot of other cheaper ones. Now, these aren't gonna totally change your water quality. It's not going to remove every toxin, but it's going to reduce it. If you've got any other things I should add to this list, let me know what they are down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.